Appeal. An employee on whom a punishment has been imposed has a right to go on an appeal to the designated authority, known as the appellate authority. In terms of para 14 of bipartite settlement, the head office of the bank shall also decide which officer or body higher in status than the officer authorized to take disciplinary action shall act as a appellate authority to deal with or hear and dispose of any appeal against orders passed in disciplinary matters. Full stop. This authority, like the disciplinary authority, shall be nominated by designation, and a notice specifying the authority so nominated shall be published from time to time on bank's notice board. It is open to an employee to prefer an appeal to such designated authority against a punishment so imposed if he is aggrieved over it. In terms of bipartite settlement, such appeal should be preferred within 45 days from the date from which order of punishment has been communicated to him in writing. Employee or his defense representative must take all efforts to see that the appeal so preferred reach the appellate authority within the stipulated period of 45 days. An appeal received after the stipulated period will be similarly rejected by the authorities as time barred. From our long experience, we dare say that there is not even a single time barred appeal having been entertained. Full stop. As such, whenever an order is received, the employee or his defense representative must calculate the 45 days span and note down the due date on the file itself prominently and take down the due date on the file itself prominently and take up the drafting of the appeal sufficiently in advance and ensure that the appeal reaches the appellate authority well in time. In case of dismissal, the appellate authority has to dispose the appeal within the period of 60 days. Where the punishment happens to be dismissal, the appellate authority has to give a hearing to the dismissed employee within 1 month. There were times when the appeals preferred by the aggrieved or dismissed employee has been pending with the authorities for years together. Since the inclusion of the time limit of 60 days, the appeals are being disposed of as far as possible within the stipulated period. Yet it cannot be said that all appeals are being disposed within the stipulated period. Certain managements do not give the personal hearing, taking advantage of the words so desirous found in para 19.14, where an employee has not made a specific request for a personal hearing in his appeal. Full stop. As such, as a matter of abundant caution, it would be desirable to make a specific request for the personal hearing. The appellate authority for award staff in banks cannot be enhanced the punishment imposed by the disciplinary authority. They can either confirm or reduce or acquit but not enhance the punishment. Full stop. This power of the appellate authority to enhance the punishment wherever it is so provided, as in the case of bank officers, has the dampening effect on aggrieved person and discourage them from preferring appeals. What happens when the appeal is not disposed of within the stipulated period of 60 days? We have always taken up the position that when an appeal is not rejected within the stipulated period, it would amount to the appeal having been admitted. A few cases in which we have taken up such a position are there before the courts. Full stop. It has been held by the courts that the appellate authority, or for that matter any authority, cannot condone any delay on his own part. Full stop. Enough care has to be taken in preparing our appeal to the appellate authority. Full stop. Certain over-enthusiastic persons rush to the courts, skipping the rights of appeal available to the employee, only to be informed by the courts that the employee has not exhausted all the means available to him within the four walls of the bank. Appeal. It should be understood in the last opportunity available to the employee within the bank. We have had instances when the extreme punishment like dismissals had been reversed to the acquittals by the appellate authority. As such the defense representative, such approach the appeal will all the seriousness that it deserves.